There was the proposition that was given to you by the Blackstaff Vajra to tit for tat, so to speak, aid for aid. If you help her out as she is shorthanded, she will in turn help out Morwen. She also said that the aid that she seeks wouldn't take any longer than the day.
Well, you have my attention. What is the aid that you seek?
And where I think where we left off, I was putting the sending stone in the mug, or did we not hear that?
Right. And I saw that you rolled a 1.
I did roll a 1. Yeah,
okay.
I was hoping that no one else saw that, but yeah, I rolled a 1. So I imagine I drop the rock. I take it out fine. When I drop the rock in, it just breaks and goes right through the entire mug, shattering the mug like all over the place, and like stone rolls across the floor, and it's just an embarrassment. Because out of nowhere, he just kind of like brushes his hands across the top of the mug, and then it just shatters, and there's a rock that falls from it, about the size of like a golf ball.
Vajra is just about ready to say something as she notices that there is an element among the shattered masonry of the mug and glass that doesn't seem to fit, when Gordon runs up and immediately dustpans up everything, including the rock, as he dustpans up everything and takes it away. He goes, "I'll get you a fresh cup, Mr. Edmure," and he zips away.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Okay, sorry, as you were.
She looks out the window as this corner area here, now that Volo's not here, the windows are drawn open, and there is a beautiful scene of both Trollskull Alley and the surrounding city. And she looks out the window, motions for you all to lean just a bit, and she points, and in the distance you can see Mount Waterdeep as it rises above the city. And she says, "Just up there, on the southern face, there is a person there I wish you to speak to. They are visiting from south at a place called The Bend. It's a monastery. And the person that is here knows things. I cannot leave the city, not now. But perhaps you could go up and talk to them."
A monastery? You mean they're a priest?
Not precisely. And she smiles a bit at you, Val, when she says it.
You're a woman of mystery, Vajra.
All you must do is climb up the mountain, which is no small task, but it is a nice day. It is cool. It shouldn't be too overly exhausting. And you must ask this person. Their name is Ironbender Oron. You must ask Ironbender if they can see the enemies here in the city, and bring me the information.
I'm going to lean over to Edmure and say, I have to admit, I'm intrigued by all of this. It feels like I'm in a pulp novel.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty nervous still about the stone not being nearby.
This is a very generous offer. I'd love to go up a mountain and meet someone to talk about enemies of the city, and especially if it will help Morwen. I mean, I don't think we have an option.
No, yeah. So you just want us to go ask a guy about to just what's up? What do you think of the goings on? And then just bring back that information. That's it. That's what you want. Why can't you do that?
Yes. Just ask him if there are any threats to the city. And once they tell you, yay or nay, whatever information they provide, bring it back to me.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Good.
I'm
When do
down.
you want this done by? Like today?
Sundown would be preferable, yes.
I got all that restocking to do. All right, all right. We could probably pinch that. I could probably pinch that in.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
Let's do it.
let's
All right,
go.
All right, see ya. Okay.
Wait, who's gonna run the
head
store?
out. You Gordon, you good?
Gordon?
I got it, guys. I can
All right.
I can handle the shop,
Thanks,
yeah.
Gordon.
Gordon, we
All right,
leave it in
careful
your
overtime.
capable.
If it gets too much,
Overtime, you're
just
kind of creeping on that. Kind of creeping on the overtime there, so we can't afford that. So watch your hours.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Edmure.
All right.
As I'm strapping on a ring or a baldric on the belt, that then I like reach behind the host stand and pull out this bone scrimshod long sword, and fasten it into the baldric. That's it.
Very well. I shall meet you here dinner time. How does it sound?
All right.
dinner. Dinner would be great.
Okay, so to hand wave a bit of this, you all are able to cross through the city, head north, and begin to ascend the face of Mount Waterdeep. Despite the nice weather that you are currently enjoying, it is not an easy trek. As you climb the face of the mountain, there's a noticeable path. You're not sure if it's this close to the city. You doubt it's wildlife, but the farther you climb up, the more that you can see that the Sea of Swords along the Sword Coast is already beginning to kind of white cap with the storms of winter as they approach. And the higher you get, the more parallel you become to the Griffin Riders that seem to constantly, especially now during the city's unrest, survey the buildings and the streets below. And the farther that three of you climb higher and higher along this natural face above this very humanoid-made city below you, you are able to see some of the frozen giant statues that act as both guardians and in some ages destroyers of the city, frozen in certain areas. The only reason that you really kind of notice them is that their geometry interrupts the squares and triangles and rectangles of the buildings with their smooth shoulders and in some cases pacing motions of large griffins. But the higher that you climb, you realize that you're being, whether mentally or physically, funneled towards a point. And without the need of a perception check, you round the corner of an outcropping of large granite. And as you clear it, you see, seated atop a very flat stone that rises about 3 to 4 feet from the ground, angled upwards as the mountain climbs, there is a man wearing a robe with a shaved head staring south.
Hey!
How close are we to this man?
About 30 feet.
Push him. You can run to them and around, and then push him.
Just push him off the cliff.
You can get there in 6 seconds.
Bonus action dash.
Hey,
Yeah.
Will, I see that about my sound. Let me try to refresh because I was on here. Give me
It's
one
sounding
second.
good now. It comes in and out a little bit, so. Oh, try again.
I don't know if that helped at all. Am I
There you
any
go.
louder, or is that
Sounded
better
to
or
me a
worse? Or okay,
We won't know until it happens again.
right,
now-
right.
Yeah.
Excellent. As long as we are in a constant state of not knowing.
Right.
No, so you guys are about 30 feet away, if I was able to answer that correctly.
Okay. I guess I'll call out to him. Hello, Mrs. Blackstaff said that we should come see you.
Yeah.
Graham, this is Edmure and Val. We're friends.
There is no
Hot
reaction.
coffee.
Even at the mention of coffee, no reaction.
I brought a barrel of Joe.
Maybe he's in like
Cask of Joe.
deep contemplation or something.
Meditation, even.
Yeah.
I draw my sword and I approach slowly. And I go,
Hey, sir.
Nancy chuckles nervously.
What are the other two doing?
I'll like
I am.
follow behind her a little bit. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep my distance. I'm gonna stay at 30 feet, and I'm just gonna watch this guy. Do I notice anything about what he's doing? Is he truly stock still, or is he? Has he taken note of us?
Roll a perception check.
Yes. Here we go. 12.
He appears to be completely engrossed and his gaze fixed onto an unknown point to the south. Val, you don't see any type of reaction at your approach, at the offer of coffee that is coming from Edmure, at the mentions of the Blackstaff from Graham. This being is just staring straight towards the south. The only movement coming from them is whenever the wind whips high on the mountain like this, coming from the Sword Coast, you see a billowing of the robe a bit, but as for the flesh beneath it, nothing's moving.
It's weird.
Edgar, as you and Graham both creep towards Value, as the narrative states, keeping your paces back, I'm going to ask for a perception check again from Val. And Edmure and Graham, as you walk forward, you don't interrupt the field of vision as far as where the man's staring, because he's an elevated 3 to 4 feet above you, cross-legged, staring south. But when you get close enough to hear, perhaps on the wind itself or on a hint of it in your own minds, you hear the following. One of many, but there is one more that pretends to be three. This one is unseen.
Well, that's like one of those riddles.
And again in your minds, you hear one of many, but there is one more that pretends to be three. This one is, and in your mind particularly, Edmure, you hear, this one is unseen.
Edmure, he had his sword low as he approached, but he with two-handed grip, and then as that message is broadcasted into his psyche, he raises it in defense and he backs up. I guess the same, maybe I don't know, half the speed more than when he approached, and as he backs up towards the group.
He goes, I heard something. I heard something.
I heard something too.
Was it about the many people? 3 or something?
There are 3 of us.
Yeah, there is.
So, one of us is unseen? Well, there's another one?
Graham and Edmure, roll perception checks for me.
Okay.
What?
That's a 9.
Oh no, that's not me. That's me. It's 11.
Okay. The wind whistles upon Mount Waterdeep.
I'm going to approach this guy. I'm going to approach this stock-still man. And I'm going to come up right behind him. And I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and try to turn him around. And as I reach out, I say, "Start talking sense, man. We were sent here by the Blackstaff." I try and wrench him around.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me, Val.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 6!
Perfect.
The sky is so blue, Val. It is just here above the city, above the marine layer coming in from the docks, above the fog that creeps from along the Sword Coast. It is so blue, and you have such a fantastic view of it because you're on your back staring straight up. The light touch of the man retracts itself from the hand upon which you were going to grab him with, as you are now lying the 3 to 4 feet below him and his dais, staring up at the sky. He returns to his contemplation.
Oh, that's a lot
What did I
of force
just
for
say?
stuff to self-touch.
Wow. I guess he just wants the answer to the riddle.
So, what did we see who was not affected by that?
You simply saw this man. You don't remember the arm moving. You saw it, however, grab Val's wrist and just move him from behind to in front on the ground.
On the ground.
There was no
Okay.
leverage or geometry that could have proven how this would have worked, but it did.
Cool.
Hey, Val. All right.
Oh my god.
I haven't moved.
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself back at least to a kneeling position. I'm gonna look up at this guy, and I'm gonna mutter under my breath, "I feel like I could learn a thing or two from someone like this."
Yeah.
With that statement, Val, I'd like you to make a perception check with advantage as you push yourself up. Everybody else make a regular perception check. Let me know what your scores are, please.
Okay. With advantage is 16. Thank God.
14.
Also a 14.
Okay, so we're going to say that everybody with this one, Val especially, you get the first view as you say this. I think I could learn something from this guy. As you push yourself up, just as you're kind of taking to your feet again, your eyes leaving sky to taking a bit of the city beneath you into play, you witness a griffin throwing its rider from its back.
Whoa!
You hear the rider, whether it be man or woman, non-binary, you hear a as it falls off, crashing to the streets hundreds of feet below. The griffin turns and wheels, its wings catching the thermals around Mount Waterdeep as it begins to descend at a rapid, predatory rate towards you. And from behind, Val, after you said, "I think I could learn something from this guy," you all hear the man speak as he says, "Let's see if you can get past this part, and maybe I will teach you." I'd like you all to roll initiative, please, as the griffin dies.
Got a little muffly again,
God.
Greg, but we got most of that.
Yeah, I got that.
Nice. Good
Oh boy!
God.
Said something spooky, and now we're rolling initiative.
Anishi? Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Sweet.
In it.
Yeah. In it. In it.
In it, bro.
Rob.
In it to win it.
I got a natty 20.
Get these down. Okay, and as you all turn to address this griffin that is coming towards you, you all see this wild, predatory look in this avian that is already a ruler of the air, but there's something more in it. There's something commanding this creature without need for a roll. It is possessed. It has been sent. But by whom? Well, we will learn next week as we end this session of Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Oh, nearly.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah!
What is going
gonna
on
go
in that
well.
brain of his?
What is this demon bird?
Demon bird. No. Demon bird. Oh, man.
God.
Well, my friends, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're going to stick around here. We've got Game of Thrones, War of the Roses coming up in just a few minutes' time. And then, of course, we're giving away a set of tabletop loot dice to you guys in the chat, so stick around for that. But let's get around to casting through. Did we enjoy ourselves, my friends? And, of course, where can we find you wonderful folks online? Greg, fantastic job tonight. How was that, my friend?
It was well. I'm sorry I'm having so many technical issues. It seemed to be from the jump, and they fought me the whole way, so I apologize. I love playing with this crew. I can't wait to get everybody back. And as promised, whenever Ruva gets back, we will be finding out her side mission with Artemis. As it's a good one, and we'll explain a couple of things that are happening right now. But I love the City of Splendors. I love, like I said, this always sounds like I'm kissing James's ass. I'm not. I actually really, really do love this book very much. And I love all of the things that I'm able to kind of incorporate and throw into here, that it's just the City of Splendors for both player and DM. But I am Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. What will I say? Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, you may catch me on my channel playing Sir Reardon Pathwarden in our brand new Dragonlance May Black Roses Bloom campaign, DM'd by one Donathan Fry. Check us out there, but check me back here, City of Splendors, next week. We've got some stuff to heist, perhaps. Until next time.
Fantastic stuff. And James, yourself, my friend.
Oh my gosh. Grimjack, you can kiss my ass all you like. This book was not my doing alone, but I'm so happy to play in this campaign. I feel like I don't know what's going on anymore. These unseen people, I love it. I love all these twists and turns. So I am a D&D game designer. I co-authored Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I'm the lead writer over at D&D Beyond. You can see what I write there 3 days a week. And I am also, if you want to catch more D&D with me, I am the Dungeon Master of Worlds Apart, an edited YouTube series, D&D series that I do over on youtube.com/c/Worlds Apart. You can check that out. It's a unique campaign setting. Thanks a bunch, you guys.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And, of course, Myth, how is that, my friend?
Man, oh man. My cardinal rule from DMing is never end in the middle of combat. And Greg just came out of nowhere and topped that rule and proved me wrong. Really well done. I'm super hyped to see what's going on next week, and with the whole Griffin thing and even what the unseen is. I'm super hyped. I can't wait to be back in the world. As for me, you can find me over on twitter.com/mythematic or over my channel, twitch.tv/mythematic as well. I won't be here next week for next episode. I will be traveling back from TwitchCon. That's where I will be this weekend. If you guys are going to TwitchCon, hug me. I love hugs, and I'll see you then. But can't wait to figure out what goes on next week and to play again with you guys. Thank you once again. It was awesome.
Fantastic stuff. Great stuff. I loved it. Cannot wait for next week. It's gonna be a good one. Probably all gonna die again, but hopefully our brains won't be devoured this time. So that'll be a benefit at least. But yeah, we're gonna into our next Game of Thrones, War of the Roses. Gonna give away a set of tabletop loot dice. So until next time, my friends, try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye. Go insane, lose your brains. Bye.